We're out here behind Chip's Park to show you the most important tips if you're a beginner gardener, or if you've been doing it a while. They're still the 4 most important tips. And we're in this area that's not been used for a while, so we're going to demonstrate how powerful these tips can be if you follow them. Welcome to our channel. Please subscribe and you can watch Chip and I hopefully educate you about everything about gardening that makes it simple and easy and very affordable. I've been working as a landscape contractor, a landscape architect, a nurseryman, a landscape designer, and all-around garden guru for past 40 years now. Okay, we're here in some abandoned land where we, just on the back of our property, where we are going to show you the most important tips for if you're a beginner or if you're past being a beginner. Those tips, we're going to illustrate them with this blueberry that we already planted. We're just in the beginning stages of getting some things started here, and then we'll show you progress along the way, maybe every month or so. And the number 1 tip that we want to start with actually could be all 4. It's the soil, it's the soil, it's the soil, it's the soil. Even though when you look around on the internet, I see some people do recognize that, and some garden centers recognize it. I think it's not recognized enough. The most important tip that I can give you is to focus on the health of your soil. So that's our number 1 tip for you as a beginner. There's always an admission, okay, let's focus on the soil, but what about soil? What should you be doing to soil? What makes soil healthy? If you go to a box store, they'll make you think putting nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium on it will make soil healthy. That isn't it. What makes soil healthy is our number 2 tip, which is complex life in the soil. That's it, complex life in the soil. That means beneficial bacteria, good nematodes, beneficial fungi, good protozoa, all of those things. Not real sexy to talk about protozoa and fungi, but that's what you need to have healthy soil, life in the soil. And that's what our products focus on. We focus on beneficial bacteria and everything above that to feed on the beneficial bacteria, and that's what we need for healthy soil that's productive, good for blueberries, good for all the vegetables we're planting here, good for your lawn, good for trees, good for anything you grow. Focus on the soil, focus on life in the soil. So there is some recognition when you look around and try to learn about gardening about the importance of compost. And it seems to be talked about in hushed tones, very reverential tones, as if it's magic, which it is magic. But it's not magic for a lot of the reasons people think. Many people think it's magic because it's organic matter and you mix it into your lousy soil, and the organic matter makes your lousy soil different just because of its physical preference. That's not why compost is magic. The reason it's magic is because of all the microbes in compost. And so when you use compost, you're inoculating your soil with all the beneficial bacteria, fungi, protozoa, good nematodes, and that, as we said in the second step, is the key to healthy soil. So if you use compost or something that affords the same kind of benefits as compost, then now you've got a mechanism for your soil to feed your plants. Your soil can create its own nutrients, your soil can create its own pesticides so your plants don't get sick. If you have tomatoes, they shouldn't get tomato hornworms, they shouldn't have calcium deficiencies, they'll stay healthy because of the health of the soil, rather than trying to feed them with synthetic fertilizer, which damages the soil, damages everything about compost, everything that compost does for soil, it damages it. And then you have to rely on pesticides to kill the repercussions from that damaged soil. So our fourth tip to make sure beginner gardeners have nothing but success is to use concentrated ingredients to mimic compost. You can use compost itself if you'd like. Most of the tutorials you see online use real compost, but you'll notice that is a lot of work and usually involves big piles of something like compost. And what we've tried to do is come up with simplified ways to apply the active ingredients in compost. Our Maximize is a good example of that. A real rich looking product that actually has a concentrated compost in it, and it has mycorrhiza, which most beginner gardeners wouldn't know is the most powerful and beneficial fungi, but people that have gardened a little bit have heard of mycorrhiza. And then it has a ground up special product that's full of minerals, and it's those minerals that with the compost feed life in the soil and make this soil that you're just starting to garden in be teeming with beneficial bacteria and fungi and protozoa. That's what we want going on at this new site where we're planting this apple tree and we're planting the blueberry and we're planting the vegetables, is we want it teeming with microbes, teeming with beneficial life. And so products like this bag treats 1,000 square feet, and so it's convenient, it's easy, and it gets to the heart of the most important part of gardening. Remember, it's the soil, it's the soil, it's the soil, it's the soil. Now it's clear, and everybody understands that it's the soil. The soil is all important. Go to our website and learn more about it. Like the video, subscribe, and share it, and we hope to keep coming to you with more interesting videos.